Hey there, all you creepers and reapers. Welcome to another episode of the Femme Fatalities. I'm your co-hostess, Anna, and I'm here with...
Hey, Grieflings and Frightlings, it's Margaret, and oh my gosh, Anna, what movie are we talking about today?
Well, we are talking about a fun, fantastic movie that you can watch with the whole family. That's right. It's like the gem and the holograms for the new generation. We're talking about none other than K-pop.
Demon Hunters! Oh, what a fun baby, baby horror film. This is a fun movie. So, Anna, trigger warnings, quick synopsis.
Absolutely. So, trigger warnings. Demons, self-identity issues, self-awareness, abusive familial relationships, people-pleasing, also non-human entities amongst our normal human world, Eastern methods of thought. What about you, Margaret? Did I miss any? Were there any that stood out to you that I didn't catch? Okay. Awesome. But it was super cute. I really enjoyed it. I have to say, if I were a little girl and this came out, I'd be watching it nonstop all day, every day. Yeah, I just thought it was great. What did you think?
Yes, the music is great. It's catchy. It sticks in your head. I love that we learned some Korean mythology, and I love how the movie opens the door for others who watch it to really start exploring the mythology, which I think is so fun. And you know me, I love movies that have mythology or folklore or belief systems in it that help us to learn and find out more about other cultures and experiences in life. So this is such a fun movie.
Absolutely. And I think that all three of our music superstars are really wonderful and easy to identify with, just not as children watching, but even as adults. I mean, if we look at Zoe, who's like the consistent people pleaser, but full of anxiety all the time, right? We all know someone like that. If we look at Mira, she had a very tough childhood. She has this really hard exterior shell. But at the end of the day, like, yeah, she's tough, but she also is very sweet and loving and caring and sensitive about the people that are in her life, that are part of her life and willing to be safe people for her. And then, of course, we have Rumi, who I think for me is just a great icon for anyone struggling with their identity. I mean, um, realistically, if we look at her, she's supposed to be half human, half demon. And I think it does become difficult if you really apply that to maybe somebody who's multi-ethnic or multiracial. Where exactly do I fit in? What part of my family do I identify with? How do I balance both? Can I be me? Who am I? Or even gender affirming identity as well. So I really like that all of these characters encompass so many different experiences that most people could potentially have in their lives.
Yes. And you touch on Rumi, right? And being bicultural, biracial, and that the messages oftentimes biracial people get, you have to hide one part, or one part's bad of you, bad, or how do you look, how do you identify? So she's been accepted by the non-demon community. So then when she starts, her stripes, her colors start to show. Now she's part of another community that she doesn't know, and that identity crisis, and how often we're taught to hide who we are, our true selves, or not even to explore those aspects. I think it's Zoe where she's like, maybe they're nice demons, right? Like that openness to what other people are like,
Yeah.
no, like we don't like demons.
Yeah, I feel like Zoe is our eternal optimist, and I enjoy her. But really, I think
Yeah.
it's a great movie, lots of wonderful characters. Of course, there is the battle between good and evil, as there always is in most films and pieces of literature. But I like how the demons are able to kind of shapeshift in the movie as well. Like, you don't instantly know that, oh, this one looks creepy, they're bad. You have to look for identifiers and ways of behavior and all of these different things. And I feel like even the demons in our lives, whether we consider it to be a bad relationship with another person, a bad experience with another living thing, substance abuse, eating disorders, the list goes on and on. No one really starts a relationship with anyone or anything else going into it thinking this is going to be a detriment to me. And I really appreciate how in this film, that's kind of how we're going into it, especially when we get to the K-pop boys group. You know, they're like these heartthrobs, and you know, the girls are like drooling and just wild over those and totally fangirling. And they're not going into this like these are awful, you know, characters and
Mhm.
I see right through it. It's more of like, ooh la la, and then, oh, wait a minute here. And I think that really is very true to anyone with any personal demons.
Yes, I love how you explore, right, our own personal demons and that we're not showing them. People don't see them. And then how do we suppress them or fight them or try to act like we don't have them? And even we see with Rumi, right? Like she wants to tell her friends. And then that
Mhm.
shame and that internal dialogue that's like, well, no, they won't love you. And we see that in the beginning too, when they both are like, oh, you're part demon, and they leave her. And then how they have to, right? That's when we find out something about
Mhm.
our friends that we might find shocking.
Yep.
And then we're like, okay, can I deal with this? Can I accept you for this? How do I support you with this information?
Absolutely. And I have to say, like, Zoe and Mira, they're both real ones because, you know, they're there for Rumi. And like you said, when you find out something about a loved one or a friend and you're there to support them and help them through this personal crisis, that's really important. And we've talked a lot about safe people, and I would definitely say that Mira and Zoe are safe people for Rumi. And I love how that's incorporated into the story as well.
Yes, and that power of friendship, and how do you start to be yourself? That's the theme of the movie, how to love and accept yourself for who you are, because we all have inner demons, we all have negative self-talk, we all have self-doubt, those voices. So how are we working with them? Because they're not going to go away. As like Rumi says, like she's living life, she's like incorporating all of herself.
Absolutely. But while we're on the subject of safe friends, you know who I think is an unsafe friend?
Who?
I'm about to get a little petty. So if you're listening with your littles, I will tell you this is in relation to one of the heartthrobs. So be prepared. I think that Ginu is an unsafe friend because historically he lied to and betrayed his own family. And then when he recants the tale, it's like this whole other version that he's telling Rumi. And I
Mhm.
think part of it is maybe he can't face the truth himself. And when you lie to yourself enough, you believe that lie. So maybe he just believes what he's saying, but can't start a friendship or a relationship based on fibs.
Mhm. I took him as, right, the power of shame. We know we've done something wrong and we don't want to be abandoned, rejected, unlovable. So we're going to spin the story to tell
Mhm.
something that then people might feel sorry for us or palatable. And then he misses out. And so does Rumi. And I don't think their relationship was
Mhm.
to a place to say, hey, I've done some really bad things. I'm feeling really shameful. I abandoned my
Mhm.
family to take care of myself. I did this selfish act. Also, what's so tragic about him is then he could have this redemption, right? He
Yeah.
could say, I abandoned my family. I did this horrible thing. So now I'm going to learn from what I did and I'm going to be different. That's part of change. When we say, I did this thing, I don't want to be that person anymore. So now I'm doing these things. And he misses that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I really felt like he had the
Mhm.
opportunity. And it makes you think he does in the beginning. You're like, okay, this like
Yeah.
Rumi's his redemption. Like he is going
Mhm.
to be better, and how shame can, I took that as how
Yeah.
shame can eat us alive, how we will
Mhm.
then stay in shame, a shame spiral. And then that
Yeah.
becomes our buffer, our wall between us and having relationships with
Yeah.
others. And that is a huge fear. If I tell you my deepest, darkest secrets, will you love me or will
Mhm.
you mistrust me? I might have to work on some trust.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, and you're right though. I mean, at the end, at the final show, kind of this whole setup and what happens to Rumi, it's to me it's kind of that old adage, like at some point when someone keeps showing you who they are, you have to believe them. And it,
Mm-hmm.
it's really unfortunate. It would have been nice for him to have some sort of redemption and maybe end up as like a tree spirit or something delightful. Definitely not in a relationship with Rumi because she needs like a human person walking around on her lifespan, not like a 400-year-old demon who's unsure of themselves. Um, but I
Well, I
do
feel like he
think,
wanted different. He just
yeah,
didn't know how to do different.
yeah. Well,
No, you're like, uh-uh.
sometimes people have to learn the hard way or they don't learn at all. But I
Mm-hmm.
like that his character, you and I have different opinions, right? So it gives different additions to the story to different watchers and it keeps you engaged. So I think that they did a really good job of that too. Overall. So I mean, I think it's a great movie. I think it's fun. Definitely kids safe, definitely not a lot of gore, so it's got that going for it. Fun music, super cute outfits, great style, like just overall, I think hands down this is a really great baby horror movie. It's a great adult horror movie too.
Yes. It's fun. Watch it. Let us know what
Yeah.
you think. Who was your favorite? Who was your least favorite? Do you agree with me or Anna or have a different take on the characters? And yeah, so Anna, who do you most relate to?
Well, I initially was going to say Zoe because I am a people pleaser and always trying to make everybody happy and keep the peace. But upon further inspection, I think I relate most to Derpy, who is the blue tiger. Because Derpy's just like, I have this for you. Follow me. Come on. Come on now. So like Derpy's trying to get everyone involved, but not everyone listens, and I definitely find myself in that role
Mhm.
often. What about you, Margaret?
I think I have to go with Zoe, just that like trying to see the positive, and the anxiety and all that. Yeah, I have to go with her.
Yeah. Yeah, she's definitely very
Yeah.
likable. All of them are. I think that they're just great. I
Yeah.
love that Mira is a G. I'm like, yeah, I like that part of her. And I feel like Rumi is, even though she was kind of central to the storyline of this one, I think that each member of the group could have their own subsequent film and we could really continue to learn more about their character development too. I would watch. I totally would watch.
Yes. Well, that speaks to the writing and the creating when
Mhm.
characters can stand on their own and you're not watching something that you know a
Mhm.
character is there to further the plot or to get somebody somewhere or to do something where you're like you are here to serve the main
Mhm.
character's story and not to be a standalone. So we can give credit also to the writers that they created
Mhm.
standalone characters where you could have a Zoe movie, a Mira movie, you could have a Soja Boys movie, and
Oh
they
yeah,
would, yeah.
absolutely. And I think that I would really like to learn more about the six-eyed magpie too, that stole Derpy's
Mm-hmm.
hat.
Yeah.
I feel I love these creatures. I think it would be great to have an animated series talking about all of these different characters from
Mhm.
other worlds, and how fun and educational. I mean,
Yes.
that's the great thing about animated stuff is it's better and more fun to watch. It's enjoyable. Parents can watch with their kids. You can watch with your friends. You can watch with your colleagues even, and you learn something and it's enjoyable.
Mhm. Yes. Oh, yeah. So I hope that people watch this movie, you get curious, you maybe learn more about Korean mythology or culture, or start listening to K-pop or watching K-dramas, or I know I love their horror. It's different than
Mhm.
American horror. So yeah, let us know your favorite K-pop group, K-drama, K-horror, mythology. Please, books, please let us know.
Absolutely. And definitely, if there's something you want us to talk about, please let us know as well. And until the next time, make sure you drink your bruja brew, eat your coffin cookies, howl at the moon, and stay spooky.
Don't forget to like, comment, follow, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Bye bye.